Alright guys, so you're probably wondering what is going on, where I've been, all that good stuff, and I've said this before, my channel updates and all that good stuff. So I've just been trying to do my own thing, trying to really just focus on my at the time my school, my work, and all that stuff. So you can tell like the whole background is completely different. So pretty much I moved out of where I was living before, a completely different area now. So I am going to be focusing on just making the content that I want to make. So whenever I upload, I'll upload. But because there's a huge thing that just was announced, I am trying to really get back into it, just because this is a childhood game. Just the series that is coming back with this is just huge to me. So we're just gonna go ahead and do a discussion video, just topics on like what I would hope come back to the specific game, and what kind of characters should be out in the specific game. So first thing, you guys already know, if you haven't already seen it on the channel, I already did upload the trailer, but they do have a new Budokai Tenkaichi game coming out. It is in development right now, but we don't know if it's going to be Tenkaichi 4, if it's going to be just a brand new, full-on just Budokai Tenkaichi again. They haven't really said if it's number 4 yet, but we're just going to go ahead and talk about a lot of things. First, we're going to talk about the roster, because the roster is going to be the biggest point. So when we go into the roster, I have this full list of all the characters that they can pretty much do. So you can see the first real characters that you'll see will be, of course, Gohan. You'll see Android 13, Android 16, 17, 18, and so forth. But the really big ones that you're going to see are the Great Apes. So in this game specifically, the Great Apes were huge. Like, they were insanely huge, and they even had Hirudegan in that game as well. So if we have Tenkaichi 3, 2, and 1, you'll see like a lot of these characters were resurfaced into 2 and 3 going along. The first one, when they first came out with it, didn't have as many characters, but of course that's typical for games to put more characters into their next series. So the main thing I want to focus on are the characters that we have now in like Dragon Ball Super and above, manga wise, perfectly like that. So if we focus on like Beerus, if we focus on Whis, like who will we get from Super specifically? So I'm mainly banking on Beerus. I'm banking on maybe some other God of Destructions like Champa, most likely, just because they've already been shown, and they've been a pretty big part of Dragon Ball Super. And hopefully like Goku Black. I think Goku Black, Zamasu are going to be the ones that are going to be focused on, and probably Jiren. Main focus would be Jiren. I don't know if they will probably bring out anyone else from the Tournament Power, just because there's be too many characters. But manga series wise, Moro, you probably have Granola, Gas. I don't think they'll be considered, just because depending on when it comes out. Like if the game comes out in like a year or two, I don't know exactly when, and we might have the anime back, and hopefully we get into the Granola arc or something like that, which is doubtful. They might bring out that character into the game, but I have been told that like the manga side of things, they don't usually, Toei usually doesn't do anything manga related unless if it's in anime. So because we don't have anyone from manga in the anime yet, we're probably not going to get them. But focusing on the specific character, so when we have like one specific character, you have multiple different transformations. So usually these games consider that second transformation as an extra character. So when you see this whole list, like when you see Goku Super Saiyan 3 as a kid, Super Saiyan 4 would be separate from how they count their roster number. So then you'll see, for example, like if we have Gokus, right? So we have multiple Gokus. The reason why is because they did it based on the sagas. So you have Goku from the beginning of Raditz Saga, you have Goku from the Frieza Saga, then you have Goku at the end of the Buu Saga. So that was a cool thing about it, just because you knew like each Goku was going to have different transformations. So the first Goku in the early stage, he could do the Spirit Bomb, and like it was crazy. Like he can do the small Spirit Bomb or the big Spirit Bomb. Medium one, actually no, he only did the small one. The medium one, the mid one with Frieza can do, I believe, both, if I remember correctly. And then you have the end Goku, where he can do Super Saiyan 3. And I think Super Saiyan 4 was separate. I think it was based on the kid Goku, but I'm not too sure. So there's a lot of characters, like a lot of characters from Tenkaichi 3. And another thing I want to say is, like, if you guys want to see me play all these games, you know, I have a collection. You know, I'm telling you, like, I was literally collecting every single game since I was a child. Like, I've had Budokai 1 since it came out in 2003, I believe. Like, I've had every single Budokai game, Budokai Tenkaichi game. It's just insane. Like, this, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, the whole reaction I had when I first saw it, I woke up from a nap and I saw it, and I was just like, this is insane. Like, this is actually happening. You know, Tenkaichi 3 came out 2007, so that's been, what, 16 years around there. So it's like, that's insane. Like, the fact that we're about to get this next series to the whole Tenkaichi series is just insane. Like, or however they want to do it. I think they're gonna start from Tenkaichi, just straight Tenkaichi, and then go 1, 2, 3 again. I think that's what they're gonna do, but we can consider this Tenkaichi 4. So, but when we go back to the list, like, there's a lot of characters. Like, even Cybermen were in the game as well. There you can see the full roster here for, I believe, Tenkaichi 3, just because it was the latest version. So we have Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, we have Vegito, we have Gogeta, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So, you know, there's a lot of these really strong characters in this game, but now we have to really focus on what can come next. Like, we have Goku Black, we have, you know, Moro, all those characters that we're hoping for. Now, the gameplay, I'm assuming, will be the same as Tenkaichi 3, but, you know, just more updated, essentially, and, you know, more, I would say, like, a Xenoverse 2 style. But, you know, obviously, like, the graphics would be much different. So that's how I'm thinking about it. I do want to hope for how the story mode they did it. So Tenkaichi 3 story mode wasn't the way as Tenkaichi 2. So 3, they did it basically just like you click through these little panels and you go through, you know, the sagas. For 2, Tenkaichi 2, I hope they do this. For 2, they focused on like an actual like map that you can fly around and, you know, get Dragon Balls and all that stuff in like different locations. So hopefully they do something like this. I'm not too sure what they're gonna plan on, but because this game most likely will have multiplayer in there, then I think that this would be nice for the story part of it. And then, you know, maybe you might have to travel somewhere to get to, you know, the multiplayer part of the game. So that'd be pretty cool. I don't know, there's still a lot to go, you know, speculations and all that stuff. Like when you look at Fighters, you know, Fighters has a whole, just a small little you know, circle of areas you can go. You can go to story mode, you can go to practice, world match, like all that stuff. So, and which is crazy because like I just started picking up Fighters again, and as you know, if you guys been really like big fans of Fighters, like this game is gonna be probably even crazier than Fighters. So we'll see. I mean, depends. Now that's how story mode was for Tenkaichi 2. I'm hoping that they follow along the same way for 4, or with whatever the next game is called. And then the second thing is the beam struggles. The beam struggles have to come back. Like, this was a staple for this game. Like, you are rotating your analog like crazy, breaking your controller probably at some point because of this. So if they bring this back, that would be pretty insane. And the other thing was switching characters. I forgot they actually did that until just now, but switching characters would be a pretty big thing. You know, you can do that in Fighters. That's a really nice feature as well. But being able to switch characters in between the game would be fantastic. I think that'd be definitely another way for them to, you know, capitalize on how many characters they have and how you can play with them, or maybe even do combos with them. You know, in Tenkaichi 3, you're able to do fusion if you had the character right under you. So I think that'd be pretty nice to see as well. Again, I mean, it depends. I mean, I don't know what they're going to focus on, but if they're going to be bringing back a lot of the characters in Tenkaichi 3, then the roster has to be like almost double, if anything, like, because we've gotten so many different forms. You know, we'll have a new Piccolo form, we have Orange Piccolo, we'll have Beast Gohan, like we have so many other people like Kefla, you know, we'll have Caulifla, probably you know, KO, who knows. We don't know what's going to be focused on this, but I'm hoping like they really nail this, because for the fact that they announced this randomly it wasn't random, it was at the Dragon Ball Battle Hour, like a huge event that they do, but they did this before where they didn't really announce a huge game like this. So if they're going to announce this randomly, like it was just insane that they would do that. So I'm hoping the game itself will be really fun, you know, like bringing back the childhood specifically. Like for Tenkaichi 3, like it's just so well made. Like, it is literally the best game that they've ever created out of all of like DBZ games. Like, it's just such a staple unit, or staple. I keep saying unit just because I'm so used to gacha games. It's just such a staple like game of our generation. Like, so I'm hoping like they really do this well, but we'll see. I mean, this is the focus. Like, there's a lot of things that we can get. Hopefully in the comment section below, you guys can tell me what you guys are hoping for out of this game, what kind of characters you're hoping for, what kind of, you know, music. Maybe they bring back some OSTs from Tenkaichi 2 or 3. They were amazing. So, you know, we'll see. I know a lot of people who are, you know, coming back, like for music wise. I think they're coming back on that, that they were on Tenkaichi 2 or 3. I think it was one of them. So they confirmed that this game was going to be coming out, and hopefully music will come back too. But a lot of just random characters. Like, we'll have like General Blue. Like, we've never really seen anyone other than Tenkaichi 3 have him as a character. I think it 2 as well, but I'm not 100% sure. Like, we've never seen another game that had him like that. Like, we'll be able to probably see these kinds of characters like be playable, or if anything, play them or go against them in like story mode. So if that is going to be the Tenkaichi series is going to come back and they're going to do this right, the story mode has to be from the beginning all the way to the end, if anything, or at least to the end of wherever the manga arc stands. That's how I'm looking at it. But so yeah, let me know in the comments section below if you guys do want to see more of Tenkaichi discussions, or if you guys want to see gameplay, or just me playing all the games all over again, or some kind of crazy stuff. If you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think of the game, and who you're hoping for to play with in the roster that they're going to bring out. I believe it's going to be a huge roster, just because it'd be dumb for them to not do it, unless they're going to go back from, you know, square one and go Tenkaichi 1, 2, 3 again, and then have a build-up of characters as a roster, you know, going forward. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys did enjoy, and you'll catch me in the next one.